Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa. Today is a new Truth Tuesday, and we are simulcasting on both Sean's channel and my channel. So make sure you hop over to both, make a comment, like both. And the big debate's coming up tonight. I'm going to ask Sean what he thinks about it, and let's see what other current truth topics we can talk about today. Be right back right after this. Hey there, Sean. Happy Tuesday.
Hey there, Lisa. Happy Tuesday. How are you doing?
I'm exhausted as usual on a Tuesday, but I've been extra exhausted because I was sick during the weekend, so kind of took it out of me.
Yeah,
I guess that's going around.
I've been staying up all night, sleeping most of the day. It's been a weird time.
Oh, your calendar's all off then, or your
Yeah, and
internal clock.
I even did a weird thing. I stayed in bed for like 24 hours. Just killed the whole thing. Tried to reset the clock, and then I got up at like 6 in the morning. Everything was on track. Everything was good. But then I wasn't tired. Okay, now I'm going to have a decent time. And I just laid there, awake for so long. So I guess we're gonna have a short show today because we're talking on both channels. Um,
I'm streaming to both right now, so I
Yeah.
figure we can just have it but I have to be done both by 6.
So everybody needs to go and like and watch on both channels so we get the views.
Yes, that's why I was telling them to make sure that they like on both channels and
all that stuff.
Like my notification just came up for your channel.
Yeah, I got yours. Let me go give you a like real quick.
Okay, I'll go give you a like too. And everybody, while you're listening, you can jump over to the other channel and like. You should be able to see the chat in both channels as well because I'm streaming to both.
All right. For like JB is over on yours. Hey, Austin.
Yeah, I'll make sure you guys jump back and forth, back and forth. Oh, there. It says we're live. Oh, wild. It has like a different thumbnail for you than what I chose for us.
Right. Thank you, Nana.
Did you know that?
I did know that, yes.
How did it do that?
Because I put mine up so we had a different one.
Very interesting. I didn't know that was a possibility.
Yeah, if they're streaming to both, you can go and put tags and stuff in yours and so on. So
cool.
you can put the tags for our usual shows, so on and so forth.
Okay, yeah, I need to learn how to do all that stuff. I'm so terrible at all that. So today's a big day.
It is. I honestly didn't think it was going to happen.
I didn't either. Well, it still might not. There was a big in Beaumont so far, I think it was, they're having shelter in place and close all your doors and windows, which that was in Cliff High's data, that people wouldn't be able to look out their windows and doors. And so I don't know if this is going to expand to a bigger area or be a bigger thing, but I guess there's an Exxon refinery near there. People are suspecting it has something to do with that.
In Beaumont?
There's a shelter in place, and they told them to like go inside, turn off their HVACs, to put like duct tape, close their fireplace, put wet towels under their doors and windows and all that.
That's down the road, and I haven't heard about it, so.
No, it's true. That is what I heard just a bit ago, right before we got on, actually.
Okay, let's see. Nothing.
You don't see anything in your local news about it?
Things to do in Beaumont, vacation spots.
Vacation spot.
Texas official vacation, Beaumont.
No. Emergency order for the ExxonMobil refinery.
I can tell you the 10 best things to do in Beaumont. Lots of things. Let me go straight to actual news. ExxonMobil issues shelter-in-place order for Charlton Pollard area. Governor Abbott holds press conference in Beaumont ahead of tropical storm Francie 2 hours ago. Texas braces close calls as Francie claws past battered coast community. So it's for the 30 minutes ago. Getting your Trinity audio player ready. Exxon Beaumont is issuing an immediate shelter in place for Charlton Pollard neighborhood. It's a neighborhood, according to information from the city of Beaumont. Go inside the nearest building, close, lock all windows and doors, turn off mental ventilation, air conditioning, HVAC systems, close any fireplace dampers, seal all gaps under doorways and windows with towels, remain indoors until official all clear notice is given. It's like an air thing. We're under a water thing. Our area is, you're not here anymore. Where did you go? Hello. It's me alone on a stream I can't control. Okay, so we're on a boil. We were for 3 weeks here. We were on a boil water. We had to drink all just bottled water and water we bought. We cooked with boiled water. We used boiled water to the dogs, but we didn't really drink it. Even though I have a cereal purifier, I didn't even put it through that. Oh, I just drank bottled water. There's a little town next to us which I don't really understand because they used to buy their water from the same place we got our water from. And they haven't had clean water for a long time, but they pay like tons of money. Like if they don't use their water, they pay, I think, $75 a month per citizen. It's just a fee, and then they pay for how much water they use. So they have like their water bills can be a couple $100 a month, and the town has. I mean, that's the thing. So everyone lives in the country around here, and then the town is like your address or where your zip code is, and you get mail. And that town is called Kempner, and the town itself probably has like 7 buildings. They don't have a police station. They have it just of the peace there. They used to be the dick. Probably he's dead now. Hope he's dead. He's an asshole. I hope he's dead. He was an asshole. Firehouse. They do a volunteer fire department. We got a gas station a couple of years ago, which was a huge deal. Because it's like, hey, where'd you go?
I don't know.
It's like a 30 miles
computer.
between our town and the next town. So they're like, the
Are you
stop.
catching everybody up on Beaumont?
Yeah, Beaumont, it seems to be like an air thing. And I'm just talking about how we were under a water boil for like 3 weeks. Here, but the town next over, Kempner, they've been under a water boil forever. And they have so much political drama on their water system. It's insane. It's bad. But they have like, which I don't understand because they get the water. I thought they put the water in the same place we get our water from. But they pay $75 a month if they don't use water, just to have water.
So, we're going through this whole probate thing with my husband's mom's property and all that because she passed in like April, and it's just been a nightmare. And so we turned off the gas because we could smell a leak somewhere, and they continue to send us a $55 bill every month. And they said that's just the cost. And then we're like, of what? It's turned off. So we get a $55 bill every month for no gas. Is that insane?
Is it a co-op?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Because that could be like a co-op fee.
No, I think it's just ONG, like Oklahoma Natural Gas and Electric.
Yeah, it's weird. Because if you have a co-op, then you get part of a co-op that can charge you. It's like a union fee, even if you're retired.
Like, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was so bizarre. I was like, no, we aren't using any gas. It's turned off. They're like, yeah, we know.
It is weird.
Okay.
So the debate tonight, are you ready for it?
I am sure. I mean, it's pretty much a no-brainer. She's now saying even rent controls. She was talking about price controls, and Elon pushed back on that with the grocery store and saying like that's not where the prices are high because of inflation, not because of grocery store owners making a bunch of money on margin. And then she's like, yeah, and price controls on rent and whatever. And so she's like, everybody's like, it's like very clear cut. She wants to push back on Second Amendment. Like I used a thumbnail on my channel. Part of her list of promises. That are just basically very communist Marxist, I guess, is what people keep pointing to.
But it could be bullshit.
What do you mean?
It could all be a lie.
That she doesn't say those things?
Correct.
Well, sure she does.
Well, Trump is all for this Agenda 25. You hear about this Agenda 25? It's Trump's Agenda 25. Trump's going to do everything terrible with this Agenda 25. Oh, my God.
But he's said it wasn't multiple times.
No, that's completely wrong. No, all my friends told me. Every pink-haired one of them told me that he has said it and they've read it and it's Agenda 25 and it's going to kill me. And they are very, very, very passionate about it. And now here we are with our Agenda 25 with a picture of Kamala Harris. I think it's all it's all bullshit, whether it's from the left or from the right, that we have to learn that. And I think, like you said, he said no. And you heard him say that.
Mm-hmm.
But you listened to him.
Right.
How many times do you listen to Kamala Harris speak? Or do you hear sound bites?
I know, I do hear sound bites. Yeah, I'll admit. I don't listen to her speak. Exactly. Because she really doesn't have much to say. I've not heard her really speak.
Because you haven't listened to her. And neither have I. To be completely honest, I don't follow her around. I don't listen to everything she says. She doesn't say much. But I'm told that she doesn't say much. I'm told that she hides out. And
so it'll be interesting tonight. What she has to say.
It'll be very interesting tonight. And I think if Trump doesn't slam her, she's in. She's winning. She's done. She's good. I think it needs to be another Biden kind of thing. Because
our country cannot take that.
But I don't have much hope for anything. I think if Trump goes in, it's going to be I think there's going to be some kind of small scale war like he should have done in the first place. When he didn't, and he tried, he did some stuff, and he tried to play along till I think personally he was looking for a second term. When he can't get a third. I think he was going to do more.
I think he was exposing and leaving those deep state people in place and letting them show people who they were and that they were doing stuff behind
his. That's like saying, I think my husband's raping my daughter, but I'm going to keep her in place for another year or two and then get him on camera so I can get him. No. If he wanted to fix it, if he could have fixed it, that's like saying, you're saying like Kamala.
I think they did fix it.
On day one, I'm going to fix this stuff. On day one, I'm going to fix this. When you're right.
I think they did. I think that we're living in a movie. I do not think that Joe Biden is president. I don't think Kamala is vice president. I don't think that Yellen had got COVID today, tested positive for COVID. Well, tomorrow's 9/11, folks.
Then you don't think that that Trump's going to be president then?
No.
Well, then what's the point?
The point is we have to fix our country. We have to
How
get
do you
people to
fix
wake
that?
up. They have to see how broken all this is.
They do.
No,
Like
they
you just
don't.
said, everyone sees it. Everyone, all my friends sit there and say, I say the Democrats and
Because they're all
Republicans
holding out for the next 4 years. We'll
are
just suck
both
it up for 4 years. We'll just suck it up for 4 years. So maybe you're right. Maybe they'll put Kamala in or somebody just as horrible. And that's when people will go, oh no, hell no, we're not doing this again for another 4 years.
no. I
Now
don't.
I care. Now I care about 2020 all of a sudden.
I don't think so. I think if they put her in, that's when things go very south because that she's everybody, she's a puppet. Trump is annoying to the puppeteers at the least. If she stays in, then they have total control and they just go at it, and things start happening where people are already pissed. I mean, there's already like 70% of America is totally fed up.
Now you've been saying 50-50 for a long time though. How is
Yeah,
she winning if 70% of the people are fed up?
because it's fake. Because it's fake.
So you think they're going to
How did Carrie Lake lose?
fake another election,
How did Carrie Lake lose?
and we the people are not going to stand up?
Correct. We the people. We well, at best, we might have another. We might have the opposite of what we did 4 years or 6 years ago with the Floyd thing, but it's going to be better. If that's the right word to use. Like people aren't going to go destroy Targets and Walmarts and shit in their own neighborhood. They'll be focused because they're not stupid and just want to do violence. They're angry. They're going to be revolutioning. But I think we'll have massive crackdowns then. What I wanted to talk about, because you said with the shelter in place thing and all that shit, if you watch the video of armed troops going down like a main street, USA.
Are you talking about them getting ready for the debate tonight in
No,
Philadelphia?
no. I'm talking about troops, armored vehicle, troops walking down the street. Get in your fucking house. Get in your house. I'll shoot you if you don't get in your house. Get off your porch. Get in your house and close the door. Pop, shooting American citizens for not going into their house. That video, when you watch that video,
Where?
that video is from years ago. I was done when I saw that.
I guess I didn't see that video.
You saw it. You probably blocked it out of your head. It's COVID video.
Oh.
I think it was Boston or New Hampshire, was up north. National Guard walking down the street. Get in your house. Get in your fucking house. Get in your house now. And they shot him with, had rubber bullets or their. I think it was rubber bullets. Shot just people on their porch, regular American citizens. And what they did took away everyone's guns in Louisiana during the hurricane.
Right.
Crazy stuff. They've already done these like massively bad things, just not on a big scale yet. I think it would be big scale because it would be like more than one city.
Who was in New Orleans, right? COVID. I have a friend in New Orleans, but he says they were paintballs. Interesting.
But see that the National Guard doesn't fire paintballs from an AR-15 or M16, so I think that's wrong.
Rubber bullets.
Yeah, they do fire rubber bullets for like crowd control stuff. find the video.
I have another exciting video for everyone to watch. While you're looking for that one, hold on. Where is it? Oh,
Yes,
they put it
they're
down.
saying they shoot paint rounds at the citizens.
Paint rounds.
This is not. Here, this is similar to the video, but here I'll send it to you.
Okay.
The other one is much worse. This is a news article. The other one was a video from someone took.
I think I got.
And this is Minnesota, where that governor that's running for vice president is from.
Okay.
And it was just a curfew. They were going through enforcing a curfew.
Okay, hold on. It's doing like a commercial thing.
This was a curfew. It wasn't even what I thought it was.
Curfew.
Can you turn it up?
Yeah.
Oh, I did see this. This is.
Get inside! Get your house now! Let's go! Go inside now! Get in the house!
Oh my God.
Get in.
It's the United States of America. That is Minnesota.
That's insane. 4 years ago.
It's Governor Wall. She had the paintball. They shot her. The fucking.
So we'll replay it, but you.
That's insane.
The fact that everyone doesn't know that happened and there's not outrage is
I did not know that.
very good.
I don't remember seeing that.
Or the fact that people are surprised that they took away people's guns and they stole them. The sheriff's department, the cops, the National Guard, they were like, dude, this is a real M16 from like Vietnam. Dude, this is they stole them, and then they said they've destroyed them. They said they melted them and set them on fire. Nobody got their guns back. They were confiscated. Crooked people took them. Crooked every area of the government you want to talk about. And that's the scary thing. What Tom said, the National Guard will stop any uprising. So many people say the military is, the people.
That was the National Guard on that.
So, yeah, the National Guard.
Were they saying that was? Or they don't know who that was?
The National Guard is the one that did take away their guns and do shit. But that's what Obama was training them for, to work with local police under that thing that Texas stopped that one time, like 8 years ago, or God, it must have been 12 years ago now. Because it was under Obama. But yeah. So I think things are going to get those things have already happened. So to say they might happen is childish. So those things will happen on a larger scale until people start shooting back. Then that's the time when people in power, low people in power, that private first class, in the National Guard, low people with some authority, that's sergeant, lieutenant, that's when they have to make decisions on what they're going to do, whether they're going to just following orders or they're going to stand up for their oath to the Constitution.
Right.
It's interesting that they declared anyone that would keep their oath and perhaps join a brotherhood of people that would keep their oath. They've labeled them terrorists and disbanded the organization and arrested the guy that was the head of it.
Right.
So they've been working towards that. We all know they're working towards that for globalization. America is the thorn in the side of the globalization. So I think it's all coming. It's inescapable that we're going to have hell in the United States. It's inescapable. Just mathematically, historically, any way look at it rationally. Empires go through
I think
these.
the big cities will see a lot of that. I mean, like I am saying Haitians in the streets eating cats. I guess that was in Springfield, Ohio. There were reports of that. I don't
The
but
words
no
you're saying, okay, the words you're saying mean
has
it's not going to happen there. It's happening.
no, they said it's happening.
So it's fallen.
And they said that
I'm saying
out of like the
listen,
pond and
it's inevitable that it's going to happen to you in your town.
I don't
It's already happening in other
big cities.
places. So big cities are falling. And if you listen to intellectuals who know what shit it is about, they will tell you cities are done. They've already fallen. Get out. If you're not out now, you're done. But it is coming everywhere. Whether it comes quickly, like in the next 1 year, if I think the regular people retain control, or it happens within 3 years, 4 years. That's the difference between this debate. I think if whoever gets in, I think, okay, so you don't, I'm sure you don't know, but you do surprise me sometimes. You know the story of Empire?
no any Star Wars.
Okay, so the story about Isaac Asimov, the human humanity's grown so huge that they don't even really remember where it came from. Like Earth is a myth, that it was Earth, it could be somewhere else. Thousands of systems. And there is this empire that rules everything. And there's this, the emperor, he figured out a way that he could always be the emperor. He clones himself. And there's 3 of them in charge at all times. An old guy, like a middle-aged guy, and then a kid. And the 2 older people train the kid, and then he becomes. And then the old one reaches a certain age, they kill him, and they take out a new baby clone. So it's technically the same emperor constantly ruling. And then there's this.
Are you talking about Isaac?
Foundation, Isaac Asimov's Foundation. So there's Brother Dawn, which is the child, Brother Day, which is the one that controls the empire, and then Brother Dusk, which is like an advisor, and he paints. Anyway, there's this mathematician, statistician guy, that professor, and he comes up with this theory. His mathematics are so good that he can technically predict the future. And he comes up with this theory that all empires fall. This empire's been around for thousands of years. So it's broken the 250-year mark that we do empires now. And he says that the empire is going to fall. But when this empire falls, it's going to be not just cities and towns, and it's whole planetary systems. And it's like trillions and trillions of people are going to die. It's going to be the most cataclysmic on a scale we don't understand, because we just look at one. We don't even look at the world unless it's like nuclear war, and then it like kind of blows your mind. So, but people start listening to him because it makes sense. And he said, what we can do is we can plan for the fall, and then it will last 100 years instead of 1,000 years. So he's like, it's gonna happen. There's no way around it. Let's try to. So they start saving like those stones that were destroyed. How to start off a civilization if there's a cataclysm. How to make penicillin. How to make fire. How to do all this kind of stuff. But secretly, actually working against the empire to try to stop it. It's really cool series, cool story. Psychohistory, right? Yeah, the term is called psychohistory, which Lisa keeps bouncing off, which is frustrating because then it's just a big picture of me. I feel goofy. I wish I could. I can't bring your comments up because I'm not running the stream. Lisa is. And I was talking to Lisa, so I guess until she comes back. You know, talk about how I'm always been obsessed with Vengeance. And there is the best vengeance in that movie. Thank you. I have nothing to say. Harry Sheldon is the Cliff High Foundation. That's a good analogy. I'm waiting for the next season to come out. But this Vengeance thing, man, I have been feeling a lot better, Jim. Thanks. The name is Foundation. It's on Apple TV. It was written by Isaac Asimov. It's one of those things like Dune that they never thought could really be made, which you couldn't make it until. Hold on, Lisa's texting me. But, you know, with CGI and billions of dollars, they can do it. And they're doing a good job of it. But there is this crazy revenge scene where the Emperor, the current one, Brother Day, they're just like a rebel faction, and they get a hold of the kid, and he has emotions for this just regular person. Anyway, they find out, they kill everybody, but they take this girl, and he puts her in like this chair where she'll live forever. But he kills everyone that she ever knew, like her first grade teacher, anyone she ever talked to. So he was like, I'm making it that you don't exist and you never existed. But you're going to be in a chair, sustained, like living your worst nightmare for like the next 1,000 years. It's like crazy. It's the craziest revenge thing I've ever seen. But the show is really, really good. You know, it's fairly well written sci-fi, which they don't have a ton of nowadays. It's all just kind of blow stuff up. Jim, man, I used to love going in Europe. It's like a thing, you go mushroom hunting. It's fun. Growing up in Europe, I'm sure it's different now, but like I remember it. It's very pristine, and everyone talks about it now that it's not. Like you could go hiking anywhere. It wasn't like you had to check with anything. In any stream of water, any body of water, you could just drink. Like I wouldn't drink from any creek. You know, you can't really drink from a well. I have to get tested first around here. But any creek, brook, whatever, river, not the Rhine River, that's disgusting. But I mean, it's pretty, but it's dirty as shit. But any like natural, there was a natural spring. My where I lived was at the edge of town, and then after that it was farmland, and I had to walk through this farmer's. I mean, I probably shouldn't have, but I had to walk through this farmer's land and up a hill through an airfield to go to school. But a lot of times halfway through, I would just be like, man, I want to skip. And there was a natural spring. I would just like sit there and chill. It's a natural spring coming out of the ground. Drink water, take a nap, sun. It was nice. So
I missed it, sounds like.
No, so I'm waiting. So Harry Sheldon is the Cliff High Foundation. He's this mathematician. He comes up with mathematics that talk about how the cataclysm, what happened with the empire. So if the emperor wants to kill him, and should have killed him, but he didn't, because the people really like him. He didn't want to actually start a revolt. So he gives them a shitty planet on the edge of space. But it's what the guy actually wanted, and he mathematically knew that's what he would get, and he knew that it would be so far away that the Empire wouldn't care, wouldn't watch that. So he builds what's called the foundation for the beginning of humanity, and all these people are tasked with starting like picking, like there's 10 different telescopes, and they're like, well, we got to pick the one that's easiest to make, so people can start there. So they do that. So they have to go through all this and catalog things and save that and blah blah blah. And then these two warring planets on the edge come there to try and take over. And I don't want to spoil it, but his real plan was to unite these two warring planets, who are warring because they were going to have like an arranged marriage, and then the husband killed the wife on the wedding night, started this huge feud, and then they find out that it was the Empire that sent someone that killed it, framed the guy so that they wouldn't have the union because they were scared of their union. So then they do unite, and then that goes from there. So he's actually working to destabilize the Empire and to fight the Empire, which I think is what we're going to have happen here. Either it's going to be real quick, or it's going to be in a few years, because it's going to affect regular people. It's starting to affect regular people. Like they said when Biden and Trump had their debate, the opening phrase. Do you remember the opening question?
Mm-mm.
Okay, the opening question was President, and it sounded hard. It's like, President Biden, things suck, things are bad, people are mad, blah blah. And this was I was yelling at the TV like a crazy person. Groceries are up over 20%. I was like, what? 20%? And it was like 100 and some percent. So that's a lie. But people, no one got pissed about it. You don't remember it. It wasn't.
Well, they were doing the CPI stuff has been wrong for a long time. They took bacon out. They took eggs out. They, stopped counting a lot of
eggs.
like the work.
But regular, you go watch TikTok,
Work.
and you've got regular people saying, "Here's my Walmart order from last year. It's $120. Hit reorder all. It's $450." You can talk. You can say all those things, and there are people and there are sheep that would be like, "Oh, well, maybe it might just high in my area. It's 30%, 50%, 20% the average." You can rationalize, but you can't rationalize the lies anymore. That's where they dropped him. After the debate, they couldn't rationalize the lies.
So what are they going to do tonight? Because the lies are continuing. Anything that she's said that's not a lie, she's pretty much changed her stance on and adopted what Trump wants.
None of that matters. None of that matters. Because people say shit all the time, but they can't rationalize the lies once someone knows and it's affecting them. They can't rationalize 400% to 20. They can rationalize 50 to 20. They can rationalize 70 to 20. Oh, you live in Alaska. I mean,
Right.
I told you when I was going to run away with my friend and we are going to go to Alaska and be fishermen. And then I realized, oh, that's minimum wage. No. It's so much more expensive.
Everything costs a lot more up there. Yeah.
So you can rationalize a certain amount, but people are at the point where they can't rationalize anymore. People are at the point where they just know it's bullshit. They can't. Their head is still in the sand, but the tide has come in, and now they're underwater.
Yeah, it's hitting their pocketbook every single day, in every day.
Or their kids. And I mean, like last night I bought. I had to buy Mexican ground turkey because it was third the price. And then last night I made like 8 pounds of Italian sausage because to buy that would be like $8 or $9 a pound.
it's
And
ridiculous.
but I made it for $2.50 a pound. But like that's affecting me. It bothers me that I can't for family night. I just we're having spaghetti now. For I have to only eat chicken quarters, and then they've went up because we can't. Chicken breasts are like ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And my kids' friends their friend came down from New York. She said, "Oh, my husband likes me to make this sweet and sour chicken soup, but we haven't been able to make it. So expensive. 2 chicken quarters, New York. Guess how much?
$20.
$25 for 2.
I was going high. Yeah, that's obscene.
For 2. He's like, my dad buys 10-pound bags like all the time. Yeah, to me that's expensive.
Wow, that's
Like
crazy.
that's like
I am seeing that on like Normieland, Facebook, whatever. Like, not people begging or anything, but people like asking for ideas to make meals go longer. The things like spaghetti, or mixing it with add rice to your meals, or ways to thin it out. And that's when that things are really rough, when like you're seeing it just on a regular basis. Oh, these are the recipes that my grandmother had for all the casseroles are back, and
when did your grandmother live? Oh, the Depression. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's another thing that's happening, that economists are starting to stop saying collapse, because we've had a million financial collapses.
Mhm.
We had a financial collapse. That's why I started Bitcoin, because of the financial collapse, 2008. You know what financial collapse 2008 did to me? Jack shit. You know what it did to a lot of people? Jack shit.
Oh no.
You know what the one before that?
A lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost their homes. A lot of people really got.
A lot of boomers, man. Who gives a shit, man? Back then, I was a young kid. I don't even think I owned my house back then. So it didn't. This is everybody. Everyone is getting
Everyone's
this.
being affected by
So
this.
they're using the word depression now, or like like it's going to be because there's nothing that's going to be akin to, except for like the Great Depression. People ate a fucking dog in the Great Depression. Americans ate dog. If you ever watch The Grapes of Wrath, they're like, they said they had chicken, but they were eating dog just like the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
Things were bad in our country, and they can get bad again, and they're going to. But my point about the foundation thing is, I think it could be a lot easier one way, a lot quieter one way. We may not even be involved. It might just be you. If Texas just completely separates and we're done, and it's allowed, and there's no fighting, and the rest of it, like, okay, we'll take the rest of the United States, we're fine, and they just let us stay out of it. No offense, fine. But if it's like Oklahoma, Texas, if there's a too much,
many that go with, yeah.
But that's the thing. It's not like before. It's not like the South versus the North. Half the northern states want to,
Well, and even within Texas, it's the large cities versus the majority of the
cities are not real. They're not real. So that's the movie. That's fake. They will literally have to put walls up, and then they'll be under siege.
In Texas, like
in every city,
Houston.
Austin, yeah. If anything happens here, it would happen, and that's something that is a legitimate question that I have, is because Trump said he's coming in and he's deporting millions, and I wonder if I love you now. I wonder if there will be a deportation of those people. Because it's not, it's like anyone that has come here in the past, 2 years, 3 years, you got to go. I don't know.
Supposedly, I mean, there are some people that say that the military age people that you're seeing coming in are the mercenaries that are going to pick up all the illegals, and there will be mass immigration, that it's already in place and maybe already happening. That's why you see all those like big curtains and stuff in the airports and all that. They have a huge area.
Where?
When I flew to Vegas last time.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Texas. That's the thing. I think we're going to get to, if stuff happens, and especially if Texas starts to move, or Florida, we get to the point where Texas was now, or Texas is now. Remember, I made that point that when Abbott signed that bill, he said, and the reporter asked him, "Hey, if you do all this, then they're just going to like go, 80 miles or 50 or 10 miles in the case of El Paso, and just go into New Mexico." And he's like, "Yep,
okay,
it's not Texas. I don't care." I think I think we're going to get to that point where it's literally, because honestly, if you have, 6 ounces of rice and your neighbor comes over and says, "My kids are starving," and you're like, "Yeah, so are mine. Sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. I feel terrible, but if I had 12, I'd give you 4, but I'm not. My kids have to have this, That's how I think people are going to be. It's just survival.
I hope it doesn't get that bad.
I definitely hope it doesn't too. But according to history, mathematics, science, whatever you want to say, it does. It always does.
Yeah.
And the big thing, self-preservation. The big thing was America was this experiment because it was totally different, because we were supposed to govern ourselves, but we're not anymore.
But we gave it all over to the Fed.
If you look at us and
central bankers,
us and European countries from 10 years ago, there's no difference.
Mm-hmm.
You have to look at them from 10 years ago, because now it's insane. Thought crime and all that stuff. But still, we've all the globalists have been winning. I mean, we've all turned into similar governments, and whatever is different, they just don't talk to you about. Like Africa, if they're like, we don't hate hate people, we just don't want any. Poland, Hungary.
Well, and it's not a racist thing. I was listening to a thing today, which I know we only have a couple of minutes, but they were saying it's a culture thing. Mm-hmm. Like, it's that this other culture is coming in and eating the ducks by the city pond. Like, Americans don't do that. And they're not urinating in the streets, and they're not, having the things that have destroyed their countries because of their culture. Yeah. We have a culture here. And if you're going to come here, you need to accept our
melt
culture.
Into the pot.
Melt into the pot. Yes.
Yes. That is,
yes. You bring the good parts to add to be better together.
The first time my inner conspiracy alarm went off was in 2nd grade, when my teacher said, "America is no longer a melting pot. It's a salad bowl." Because everyone, and then I was like, that's not right. And I told him, I was like, that's not right. That's not how it works. I was like, and that's where cultural appropriation, it's the first time I heard that word. I was like,
right.
That's not real. It can be real in Germany. It can be real in England. It can be real somewhere else, but not here. That's what we were founded on.
Yeah.
Give us you're hungry, you're tired, you're poor, whatever. We'll take you. Here's a set of rules. It's like adopting or fostering. You take a kid in and you say, "Hey, these are the rules. You have to follow the rules."
Coming into our home, yeah.
Yeah, we love you. We're going to take care of you. You follow these rules. Hey, you put holes in the wall. Hey, you set your room on fire. Hey, you can't do that. You know what I mean? You're going to have to go back to the orphanage if you do that.
Or you just don't do that again. Yeah. Make good choices.
Setting fire on it. I don't know. If they're an arsonist, you take them in. You're like, "Hey, I know you're an arsonist."
Yeah, if you knew that,
I'm going to take you to counseling. But if you set anything on fire, you're going to go. You get a dog from the shelter. If it's biting your kids, it goes back to the shelter. It goes down. Those are hard truths that we used to live with. And people knew that there were hard truths when they were coming in here, and they're like, my country sucks. I got an opportunity.
Well, and when people come in legally, they go through a process to learn our culture and our Constitution and all of that. And so then
that is a big deal, man. When they come in, because they come in now, and it's like, hey, go do your stuff and learn that.
no, they're saying part of it is like not the migrants' fault because the federal government is just dropping these people into this other culture that they know nothing about.
You're going to have to learn about this and learn the
And they aren't prepared.
Yeah, we'll meet you in like 3 years.
And they don't have resources, and they're expecting the city to meet them, where they're overextending the city's resources. And the city didn't make this choice or bring these people in. Like, it's just really unfair. I want to show you guys one more video before we go. Just a little bit of a pre-show for tonight's debate. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I won't play the music, but that is Mr. Tim Walz. That is the all of his love and goodness right there for you to see.
Are you sure?
I guess his family is exposing him, it says.
Well, his whole family came out in support of Trump.
Oh, or maybe somebody's just really excited that his family is exposing him. That may not actually be Tim Walz. I think that was the guy who was celebrating. He was celebrating that Tim Walz's family was exposing him.
It is crazy. His whole family were on they all were wearing, was it Waltz for Trump t-shirts? They had t-shirts made.
Oh my gosh.
And I mean, it was like a good 12, 15 people. I
mean, even the Kennedys, I don't think did that with because they're not saying they're for Harris. They're just saying they're, like, not for Trump. A lot of the Kennedys that went out and were upset with RFK joining the.
Yeah, I think RFK is going to be, if they put him in charge of anything with food, it'd be good.
Yeah, food and big pharma. Yeah, get rid of big pharma.
It's the fact that there's 1,000 chemicals, over 1,000 that are illegal in everyone else's food. We're allowed in ours. It just shows you, like, and that's the thing Vivek said, because whenever you say something like we have shut down the FBI, we got to shut down the CIA. You get that knee-jerk reaction, like, oh, we need to have spies. What about North Korea and this and that,
Mm-hmm.
But then he just asked the question, do you think they're doing the job they're supposed to do? And you're like, no, they're not. Like the Patriot Act should have never went through, but it definitely should have never been reapproved.
Right. At some point, you build something new. You don't keep. That's literally the definition of insanity.
It was a temporary measure. That's why they have to renew it every few years. So Vivek, and because Trump did a shitty job last time of making a cabinet and picking people, he went right from the swamp. But if Vivek and RFK are involved in high levels, I think things might actually get fixed. But as far as it all falling apart, yeah, it's still going to fall apart. But how bad it is,
we shall see. I think Turkey joined the BRICS and asked to join BRICS last week, and so that's.
Did you see what happened to the Marine in Turkey?
To what?
Did you see what happened to the Marine in Turkey?
Mm-mm.
This is a NATO country. All right, hold on. I'm going to show this one video real quick.
Okay.
Angry cops. Where are you at? Here we go. All right. And here you go. You can play it. This is a NATO country NATO country, a U.S. Marine in a NATO country about to be abducted. He's attacked
Yeah,
the region
Turkey is not. I didn't
and
know what Turkey was. Yeah.
Turkey, a NATO country.
Several Marines were attacked in Turkey while on shore leave. And when I say attacked, I mean wrapped up by a bunch of people who then put bags over their heads as they were screaming, "Get out, Yankee."
With
Boy,
great
in an
filming.
Arab country, that sure sucks. But this wasn't just some gaggle of people that decided to do this. No, this political movement, I guess you could say, is an extreme nationalist group of folks in Turkey that are also super anti-American. Great, grand. Why are we there? And they happen to be so bold that they recorded this and posted it onto the internets where we can see it now. And I'm sure it's just really gonna make your night. They were so proud of their work, they had to put their watermark on it, TGB. And now I don't speak Turkish or whatever they speak over there in Soul Land. But the group is called the Turkish Youth Union. And like I said earlier, they're a nationalist, anti-American group that just so happens to be pro-Palestinian and has done similar attacks like what you're about to see in the past. And I'll explain why. I do not know the name of the organizer of this group, currently yelling in the middle of the street.
This is the NATO country that is supposed to be a super ally. And that's what's going
I
on.
just think everyone should hold everything very lightly, what you see on video, because right now we just don't know what's the truth. That looked pretty staged.
It's not staged. I know lots of Turkish people, more than any other ethnic group. And so what happened? One of the big catalyst for all this is that when we went into Iraq and Kuwait and had the Iraqi war and all that years and years ago, Turkey refused to help. Every NATO country pitched in. Every NATO country was with us. Turkey backed out and said, we're not going to be a part of it. And then a group of Marines stumbled upon a Turkish Special Forces unit in the region that were there to destabilize the region. They arrested them, detained them for 60 hours, questioned them, found out they were there to attack the Kurds and destabilize what we were doing. And then we released them back to Turkey. So now they're angry because we arrested their special forces unit that we found that were there disrupting in our combat zone that they refused to go into with us as a NATO country. And all that's grown to where, they considered that an attack on Turkey because we arrested them in our combat zone. But but Turkey's joining. You said Turkey's joining BRICS. I think Turkey's going to move more towards. I think they're going to say that they're going to be like the Switzerland, but they're moving more towards Russia. But they're going to be the Switzerland. We're friends with Russia. We're friends with the U.S. Give us money, both you guys. Hook us up, that kind of thing. I think they're going to try to play both sides against the middle.
We shall see. We shall see. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. I ran a little bit over, but we're glad to get this. Make sure that you go to both channels. Please do us a favor and go to Sean's channel and my channel and give us a like. We really appreciate the thumbs up. And we'll see you guys next time on Truth Tuesday.
America's not the government, people. The America is you. It is the Grand fucking Canyon, the Rocky Mountains, the deserts of the Southwest, the Pacific fucking Ocean, the Atlantic fucking Ocean. It is the grandest continent. And what the fuck have you people done? You have turned yourself into sheep, every goddamn one of you.